How you doing, everyone? Welcome back. Hey, I do appreciate you coming to my channel. Hey, look, if you're interested in the covered call strategy, you found the right channel. I need you to hit that subscribe button. Look at those subscriptions. That's 393 unsolicited, unpaid for. Hey, look, I started this channel to tell my story. I had no expectations that anyone would ever like my videos. It has turned out to be a wave, an absolute wave of success by my standards. I love telling my story, and I love the fact yes, you out there, you're learning something. You know, I don't profess to be the godfather of covered call writing. I didn't write, the encyclopedia of covered call writing. But And by the way, this is a strategy that you do need to have your financial education in place. You have to have your foundation in place to be successful. But I did not come from that. I'm just like you, and trust me, I did the swing trading for years, and I just didn't have the success. But once I got the covered call strategy locked, I started winning. And with winning builds a mindset for which you want to win more. You know, a lot of people ask me all the time about the money. Yeah, we all love money. But like I said in one of my videos, one of the things that just jumps out at me that Donald Trump once said back in the 80s, he said, look, man, it is not about the money. Yes, money is a byproduct of your success, but the money is the scoreboard. It is telling you you're doing something right. Okay? So again, when you come to my channel, you're going to hear about covered calls, and you're going to hear about successes. You're going to hear about the process, and you're going to hear about motivation. Why? Because motivation, in life, motivation is one of the cornerstone, if not one of the main pillars for success. Got to have motivation. If you don't have motivation or a desire to succeed, you're just not going to get there. All right? That's why motivation is such a big part of what I do. And I know I'm motivating you. Hey, look, I'm done with the lead in here. I need you to hit subscribe and ring my bell. You see that little bell next to my subscribe button? You need to ring it, because that will get you an email when I do my next red hot covered call video. And hey, as always, hit the like button, man. Tell me you like what I'm doing. I'm doing this for you, okay? That motivates me. So hey, look, let's get into it. It's another Ask John session. And speaking of that like button, I started the covered call car session videos. And, for me, it's just a chance to, talk about covered call situations. Right? And I try to keep it to a little 5-minute video if I can. And again, it's situational. It's situational. It's what I experienced in a trade. So I hope with the covered call car session videos, you're really looking at that as a opportunity to hear about a trade and how I handled it. Nothing more, nothing less. And hey, look, you know what? I got a couple dislikes because my audio was a little scratchy. Okay? Come on, guys. What? You think I'm in a studio here? Yeah, I know everybody's used to the YouTube channels where all these cats are super professional with hundreds of thousands of subscribers. They're making money off of this, right? It's in their best interest to produce the best video possible so you keep coming back, all right? It's really not about the content in some cases, although I love a lot of the people I subscribe to over here. But my point is, come on. I'm working through this so I can provide better opportunities, more learning opportunities for anyone interested. So thank you again for banging that like button. So let's get into Ask John. And one of the questions I get all the time, and it goes back to the money, I guess. I get this question all the time. Okay. And by the way, that's Ask John number 4. Come on. Hey, I'm not a professional here, all right? I don't get paid. Do this for you guys. So, Ask John, number 4, how much money does it take? Okay, how much money does it take? Well, here's the deal. Darren asked, John, question. you show your running totals for the month. How much money are you using to generate those monthly income totals? So look, before I get into the numbers, what you need to know is, as with any trading strategy, you're using different numbers all the time. Look, if you're going to buy 100 shares of Nike, okay, you're going to 100 shares of Nike right now at 56, let's say, it's $5,600. Right? If you bought 1,000 shares, that's $56,000. All right. So Nike is one investment. You might be buying, let's say, Whirlpool. You're using Whirlpool as another investment. Whirlpool's a $171 stock. Clearly, if you were to own 1,000 shares of Whirlpool, you're going to have to pony up $171,000 to own 1,000 shares of Whirlpool. So the numbers are always ebb and flow, because if you're going to buy right, and if you let a stock, let's say, be assigned and taken away from you, well, that money comes out. It's not always a fixed deal. So to say, hey, I use a fixed $300,000 in my retirement to generate income. Well, one month you may only use $100,000 or $50,000 or maybe even $20,000. So it's always moving. It's a moving target, okay? Now, to answer his question specifically, how much did I use in a particular month? I can actually come up with that number, and I'm going to show you here in a minute. But again, when we look at covered call writing, it's always cash on cash basis. So when you talk to somebody, and I know if you're out there advocating the covered call strategy, you're running into people that say, oh, you cap your upside, right? You limit your gain. So you're always finding people that are negative. Okay. You're finding people that are negative or they're not totally on board, right? Because we're on board. We're on board because we see the profits, right? We see them. We live them. We're seeing the scoreboard of our success, right? So it's easy for us to have that motivation. Okay. So again, I remember, by the way, let me not get out of the way here. It's cash on cash success. Every dollar you risk in the market on the covered call strategy, we're looking for a percentage gain on that cash, right? Because I don't use my entire portfolio, let's say, or you may not use your entire portfolio just writing covered calls. Some do. I know I talked to a guy that uses his entire portfolio. Okay. So remember, it's cash on cash, and we're looking to make the monthly income, which equals a percentage. And when you're talking covered calls, hey, you have to extrapolate that out 12 months. It's all based on an annualized 12-month gain. So if you make a 1-month return, a measly 1-month return on a covered call income, which most people on YouTube won't suggest because they want you to get 3 and 4%. I get it. Okay. But they want you to extrapolate that out 12 months. That's how you're going to derive your number. So again, covered call, cash income, we look at that as cash on cash invested, right? If you have a portfolio of $100,000 and you're using $50,000 of it for covered call writing and you're generating 2% a month, every single month, well, that's how you need to look at it. It's cash on cash, not 2% for the 12 months. It's 2% in the month, 2% the next month, 2% the next month, if that's what you're generating. So it's a 12-month cash on cash return. Okay. So, it's important to realize that. So again, getting back to how I generate my monthly, again, this is a moving number, right? I remember being at Alan Ellman's seminar in San Francisco a couple years ago. My mentor, Jerry, that I always talk about, he asked Alan point blank, how much money would it take to generate $10,000 a month doing the covered call strategy? And Alan point blank said about $300,000. So about $300,000, right? A pool of $300,000 in Alan Ellman. His take was he could take that money and generate $10,000. Now, whether we can is totally different. Okay, but that's what he told us. So it's one of those things where, look, don't look at the overall number. Look at the percentages. Don't look at, is it 50,000? Is it 100,000? Is it 200,000? Is it $1 million? What are the cash on cash percentage returns? That's the key thing. Okay? I've told you my strategy. I look to get crumbs. And if I can do the strategy on tiny little crumbs and I can multiply that out 3 and 4 and 5 stocks, right? Those crumbs add up. I'm beating the market cash on cash time and time again. Okay, so let me show you a quick slide on my January numbers of this year, January. I'm just going to show you. And again, this is a moving target. So in my situation, over the course of the January month, okay, I was able to bring in $4,100 in profits. Now, again, this has fees built in. Okay, I don't take out for taxes because you know in these videos you just don't do it. Why? Because people have different tax situations. They might have carryover loss, right? So $4,100 is $4,100, or if they're in a 25% tax bracket, this could be a lower number. So you just go without taxes. It's just pre-assumed that you're not talking taxes here, all right? But I do take out for fees. So with that said, how did I derive this money? Well, throughout the month of January, okay, and forget looking at these because these are closed trades for January. Whether the expirations are February, March, April, it doesn't matter. These were closed. That's how I derive my numbers. They're closed. The trade's over. We move on. I lock it in. Okay. So in this case, notice what we get. The total amount here, right, derived 1.6% for the month. You extrapolate that out to a 20% gain annually if I'm able to do this month over month. Okay? So all these are premiums. Again, this is the total number. There's no premiums here. But I'm telling you how I derived it. These are all premiums with one covered call swing trade. I've told you in other videos what a covered call swing trade is. I buy a stock that is exclusively used for a covered call, right? And if I'm going to sell it, right? Say I write an out of the money strike, pick up 1 or 2 points. Well, those 1 or 2 points in stock appreciation, I'm considering it a covered call gain. Why? Because I'm buying the stock exclusively for a covered call, right? I'm going to take that as a gain. So whether you agree with that or not, that's how I do it. That's where I get my 2,100 here. So again, it's one of those things where this is a moving number. You know, is that a constant in my portfolio? No. It could be more, it could be less. The point is, it's always a moving number. Hey, look, I'm going to end this video here. I am going to show you my 3-month totals so far. Remember that my totals, my goal this year was $24,000. Okay, that's what I wanted to gain. It's a modest, very modest goal because I love goals. So our goal is $24,000 for the 12 months of 2017. And you can see that I am just, at this point, just far exceeding my numbers, just far exceeding them. And here's the deal. If you learn this covered call strategy, you're going to find that this is done with minimal effort. Hey, whether I make $12,500 or I make $1,200, right, or $120, there's not much effort when you have your financial education. There's not much effort. And I'm sure there's some of you cats out there that can turn this number into $120,000 a year. Okay? So I want you guys to keep at it, keep learning, and I do hope that I'm inspiring you. I do hope you're continuing your education out there. And hey, look, it's something that I am just passionate about because I've told you it's a winning strategy for me. And I do hope you're watching my videos, you're subscribing, right? You're subscribing, you're banging that like button, you're sharing the video, telling everybody we're out here. And hey, look, ring my bell so you get another red hot covered call email notification. So, hey, until next time, I hope all your covered calls are profitable.
All I see is signs, all I see is dollar signs.